Welcome back to the channel, man. Today I want to talk about something that's been on my mind for a minute. And I think a lot of people can relate to this. And it really comes down to something super simple that I just observed, which is, feeling attractive, feeling confident in yourself, liking the way you look, but also feeling like you're nobody's type, right? And I think it just comes down to, we're taught all these things about how to socialize, how to mingle, how to date, how to get into a relationship. But, when you're single, you just kind of feel like you can get a lot of attention. It requires some level of performance, but ultimately, you don't really feel like you're anyone's type or like you're never really chosen. And I think there's a difference between, being attractive and also, being compatible with people. And I don't know, I just feel like the older I get, the more I realize I used to getting a lot of attention, a lot of looks, but that's just kind of like where it stops. Like there's really like no, I guess, curiosity about me, um, in regards to women. And I obviously, yes, I've had girlfriends, um, situationships, the whole nine, friends, but I just don't really feel like I'm compatible with a lot of women. Like, I don't know, maybe it's like my confidence, but I don't really think I'm lacking in confidence. I feel like I'm pretty down to earth. I know how to talk to people. I know how to enjoy a moment. I know how to read the room. I know how to have fun. I know how to be serious. I know how to be responsible. But I just feel like I'm just like, I don't know, second or third best. And I think that's a big reason why I just decided to just opt out of dating. Um, and I think a lot of people, struggle with this. I've talked to many of my female friends, and a lot of them feel the same way. Um, and it's just like something that kind of like, you know, bugs your mind because in one area you get a lot of attention, you get a lot of validation, you even get a lot of looks, when you're in public, when you're, running errands, when you're at the gym, when you are out and about at dinner, when you walk into a restaurant. And it just, I don't know, it's just this, there's like another level to it. And I just feel like I'm just not compatible with a lot of people. I don't know if it's, you know, because being someone's type is subjective, right? But I just feel like there's just so many boxes for attractiveness, and like you can hit a lot of them, being symmetrical or having good style or being funny or being charismatic. But, the deeper layer of compatibility is like also lifestyle. And I just don't feel like I'm, compatible with a lot of women's lifestyle. I don't drink. I don't smoke. I don't really do clubs. I like nature, but I'm not like a really big hiker. Like it's not like a big core part of my personality. Like, so I don't know. It's just very almost like bittersweet, but also like liberating because you're also like, oh, okay, I guess I could just exist in the world. But you know, is that really where anyone wants to be? But I guess now that I'm like not dating, it makes it, I guess, easier. So I don't know. I don't know. Has anyone ever felt this way? I've definitely talked to a lot of my friends, and a lot of people typically feel this way, when they are going through a breakup or they get rejected or, they're in a talking stage with someone and it doesn't progress to where they wanted to get to. And I just feel like I'm like all the way in like stage one or two where I don't know, maybe it's like as I got older, like my ability to screen people has gotten much easier, and maybe I'm just too picky, or maybe the people that I want don't want me, and the people that want me I don't want. So I guess the deeper question is it attraction or is it compatibility that people are screening for right when they meet you, And I think, as a man, you're being screened for what you can provide, your lifestyle, how you carry yourself, all of those things. But like my actual personality, like what it's gonna be like day to day, it just kind of goes out the window. It's either if you are responsible, and you are, trying to plan for the future, you're too boring. If you're impulsive and you're living in the moment and having fun, it's amazing, but then they can't take you serious. So it's like a fine balance of, trying to remain true to yourself, trying not to be performative, knowing when to be slightly performative, and then also, the looming thought in your head of, do I even really want this at all if it requires me to change parts of myself? So yeah, I guess I'm just stuck with, are you really that attracted to me, or are we even compatible, and where do we go from here? Because I feel like when I was younger, maybe these things weren't a factor, because maybe the women that I was dating, weren't really thinking that far in advance. And I think now, especially after the age of 30, I'm much more worried about, I definitely have to be attracted to you, but it's not as important. And then our lifestyles have to be compatible. But I just still never felt like, I guess chosen is the right word. And I think chosen comes down to, the two circles that are overlapping of attraction, compatibility, and making a choice, right? So I guess the real question is, or I guess rather not, the real question is, am I alone in this? Have you felt like you are attractive and you like the way you look and the way you carry yourself and your sense of style, but you're not really anyone's ever first choice? Um, and that's kind of like a mind, like a trick that your mind is playing on you, because then you either end up becoming a recluse and not trying to engage with people because you constantly feel like you're not really someone's choice, and then when you are someone's first choice, it's almost like your mind is playing tricks on you, and you're like, wait, but you don't even know me, so I don't know. I think as a guy, or maybe even as a woman, it's really about you and how you carry yourself, and also what you represent to that person at that moment when you meet them. If you are flashy, or maybe showing a little bit more of your body as a woman, and you're being a bit more revealing, like, you're definitely going to be deemed more attractive to some people. And then to maybe the person that you would actually date, that might be an unattractive thing. Like, especially to me, like, if you're a beautiful woman and you're overexposing yourself, like, you just lost points to me in attraction. So it's just kind of like, if you're a guy, if I have to play the game and be flashy and be something that I'm not, then I'm going to gain attraction. But then I have to maintain that, and that's not good for a healthy relationship. So, yeah, I guess that's the $1 million question today. If you've ever felt attractive, like the way that you look, have probably received compliments, maybe even have people that want to date you, but still never felt like, one, you're chosen, or two, they're choosing you for you versus what you represent, and then if you guys are compatible. So yeah, that's the only thing that's on my mind tonight. You guys let me know what you guys think in the comments. Y'all let me know your thoughts. Is this something you outgrew? Is this something that you worked on? And if so, what did you do? Because I'm at the point where I'm just like, I don't even know if I want to date. Like, I just don't want to date if it doesn't feel genuine, if it doesn't feel forced, and it definitely should feel like I'm picking you and you're picking me, without the whole song and dance of all of the other variables that you are looking for in a relationship. And I guess obviously you have to screen someone and make sure that they are who they say they are, which is a normal thing. But I think there has to be something in there that makes you you know be vulnerable with someone and open up and feel like, even if you're not the most attractive person, that someone is open to the idea of getting to know you and is actually curious about you, which I feel like is just like a lost thing now in 2026. It's everything is about materialism and consuming and having the perfect picture versus how it actually feels while you're taking that picture. Um, yeah. You guys let me know what you guys think. Am I alone in this? Have you guys dealt with this? Have you guys worked through this? Are you currently going through this? Y'all let me know in the comment section. Appreciate you guys. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.